Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. And there is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine. And it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love.
Why is it sometimes easier for us to see what our faults are versus what to do right? Why is it that sometimes we magnify things that we do not do well and give little attention to our positive traits? Ever wondered why is it so hard for us to receive compliments? In fact, when one of our friends tells us, "Oh, you look pretty today. Oh, you look beautiful in that dress," we respond with awkwardness and we say, "Oh no, not really," rather than saying thank you. Now that was a little bit of an exaggeration, but years back, I graduated on top of my class and I kept it as my biggest, seemingly darkest secret. I just didn't feel comfortable whenever people knew that I graduated with honors. I would feel utterly ashamed for no reason, and for years I was like that. Why would I feel that way when someone says something good about me? Right? It just doesn't make sense. So it's interesting why I had that feeling, which led me to this quest of answering, how do we start to appreciate ourselves? Self-appreciation is about turning the kindness you give to others inwards. It's about valuing ourselves for what we already are. It's about appreciating not only our natural talents and gifts, but also our weaknesses because we recognize that they serve some purpose. And we all need appreciation in our lives. William James once wrote that the deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. In my last video, we talked about how to deal with insecurities, and today's video about self-appreciation is just so relevant because when you begin to appreciate yourself, you become aware of the negative thoughts and emotions that are running your life. Now, here are 10 easy ways that you can do to start appreciating yourself. Number 1, know that someone admires you. Believe it or not, someone out there is admiring you for who you are. You might not be aware of it, but someone is seeing something in you that is worthy or something that they wish they had. Whether you are good with talking to people, you are artistic, you are easy to hang out with, sometimes you won't have a clue on how other people see you. So just a reminder that someone admires you, so it's time to admire and appreciate yourself too. Number 2, remember that cultivating self-appreciation takes time. Because appreciating ourselves is not something that we always do, it will feel alien or uncomfortable to us. What we can do to move towards making it normal for us is identify our strengths and what we're good at and exercise them. Say, if your strength is kindness, turn that kindness inward and go easy on yourself. Give yourself some kind words and encouragement regularly and be empathetic when you're going through something. And if you're not sure what your strengths are, you can do these 2 things. Ask your friends what they think you're good at, or you may also check an online tool that helps you identify your strengths. It's called the VIA, or the Values in Action, where you will just need to answer a quick survey to rank your best character. Number 3, design your day. Creating a healthy habit every day and sticking to it allows us a space to feel good, and it helps us build on positive thoughts throughout the day. Every day when I wake up, I like to ask myself these 3 questions. Number 1, what is my intention for today? Number 2, how do I want to feel today? And number 3, how can I appreciate myself more today? And this daily check-in helps me feel connected with myself and the emotions and be mindful of what I truly want to feel. And it doesn't actually even take a lot of time. All you have to do is to take a step back and ask yourself those questions. Come on, give it a try. And number 4, appreciate yourself without conditions. Growing up, I was used to being appreciated whenever I finish a homework or whenever I'm top of my class, and there were always conditions, and I got used to it. So now, as an adult, I have the tendency to also have this phrase in my mind, I will appreciate myself if, meaning it's so conditional, which is something that I'm actually still working on. What I want to experience in the future though is the ability to appreciate myself with no condition. Because you know what, from our vantage point, we might not be able to see how great we are, but remember, just like everybody else, there is something unique in you that only you will ever have. And a good way of building on that appreciation without condition is to list down 10 things that you really like or appreciate about yourself. And as you write down those things, notice if there are some uncomfortable feelings, like feelings of discomfort and embarrassment, and just remind yourself that you are not trying to be perfect nor claiming to be better than anyone else. You are just trying to appreciate yourself without conditions. Number 5, practice mindfulness. According to Dr. Kristin Neff, mindfulness refers to the clear seeing and non-judgmental acceptance of what's occurring in the present moment. It provides incredible freedom as we no longer have to believe every passing thought and emotion as real and true. And most importantly, it gives us the opportunity to respond rather than to react. To practice mindfulness, I normally do meditation and journaling. My guided mindfulness journal helps me be aware of my present state and takes me on a deeper journey with myself. With journaling, I am able to appreciate what I have in my life and take down all my thoughts without judgment. Number 6, maintain a healthy lifestyle. I honestly couldn't emphasize enough the strong correlation and intertwined relationship between our mental health and physical health. Isn't it easy to think of good, positive, and empowering thoughts when we're healthy physically? Eating healthy and working out daily can also help boost our sense of self-worth. Hence, it's easier to appreciate ourselves. But I know that it's also sometimes easier said than done, considering the ample temptations that we have around us. But worry not. If you are not sure how to get started with your healthy habits, or maybe you already started and not sure how to stay consistent with your routines, check out my last video. Number 7, don't wait for other people to appreciate you. Seeking validation outside of ourselves is something that social media has reinforced on us. For most of my life, I got my sense of self-worth from the outside world, from my parents, from my teachers, and friends. Sure, the feeling of being validated by other people on our positive traits feel nice, but we don't really need that to feel worthy and enough. Someone once said, if outside validation is your only nourishment, prepare to be hungry for the rest of your life. Jeez. Number 8, silence your inner critic. Now, this is something that I sometimes struggle with too, but whenever I am facing criticisms from people, I try to always think of this, that people are bound to have their own opinions. It's their absolute right, and people can say anything that they want to say, but we don't have to necessarily agree that they are true. Instead, we should always be listening to our own voices. Silencing the inner critic means being absolutely careful with what we say to ourselves, because the words that we use and the tone of our voice have a powerful effect on our emotional state. They can build us up or push us down. And truth be told, we are the harshest critics of ourselves, and sometimes we're not even aware of it. So how about, instead of saying to ourselves, I can't believe how stupid I am for making that mistake, and just say, oh well, that was a lesson. Now, how can I move forward from here? Number 9, learn to appreciate others. Richard Branson once said, lavish praise on people and people will flourish. Criticize people and they'll shrivel up. I'd like to think that appreciating other people is like a superpower, because when we appreciate, we make our relationship grow and create a positive ripple that can turn someone's day around. And it will also make your day too, as giving appreciation is as rewarding as receiving it. We can never give what we don't have, so the moment that you start appreciating others, that is when you can say to yourself that you are practicing as well self-appreciation. And last but not the least, have a to-be list. We are all familiar with to-do lists and the pressure that comes along with it, what we should be doing and what we need to accomplish, etc. But what about if we change something and have a to-be list? Let's try to focus on how we actually want to feel when we have something that we dreamt of. Having a to-be list means asking yourself few questions that makes you feel authentic, more aligned with the real you. And few of my to-be lists include be inspirational, be disciplined, be resilient, be encouraging, and be truly happy without conditions. Having a to-be list empowers me to not just pursue material growth, but spiritual, emotional, and intellectual growth. It empowers me to create solid boundaries and to say no to things that do not align with my to-be list. It helps me to develop a deeper sense of appreciation of what I already am and how can I become in the future. And before we end, I got 2 questions for you. Which of these 10 things are you doing already? And which one do you want to work on? I am so interested to know, so comment down below and let us have a conversation. And that is all for today, my friends. If you learned something new today, make sure to share this with your friends who are also going through the process of appreciating themselves. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and join the family. So, à bientôt, I'll see you soon.